So recently I've been seeing a lot of talk online about how Invincible doesn't have good animation or that animation's kind of bad, et cetera, things like that. And it really, I don't know, it really annoys me because a lot of the people that say these things, they start to compare it to anime and they say things like, oh, how come Invincible can't look as good as, or how come Western animation can't look as good as anime? And it's just like, there's so many different forms and styles of animation. And it really bothers me when I see people thinking all animation should look like anime, or how anime is like the pinnacle of all animation ever and everything should strive to look like that. Like, that annoys me because if everything really did look like anime, it would be so boring. Like, I love anime. Anime is great, but I do not want all animation to look or try to look like anime. I like different stylized animation. I just like variety when it comes to my animation, me personally. And even within anime itself, like, there's not just one style that you can say, oh, that's anime. Within anime itself, there's so many different looks and styles of animes. Like, if you watch different types of animes, you will see this very quickly. Like, not all anime even looks the same. So just to have that, that blanket statement of saying like Western anime should take notes from, Western animation should take notes from anime is just, it's such a silly thing to say, man. And I've been seeing people compare like pages of the comic to the show, saying, man, why can't the show looks like this? And it's like, there's a reason. Well, like, you can't have a TV show look just like the comic in most cases. What you can do on a single comic panel, you can't do within frames of the animation, because it takes a lot more work, time, money, and resources to make that happen. Like, sure, it's possible, but it's just not feasible. It doesn't make any sense to do that. And before you say, oh, well, they can do it in some animes, even look at anime. They don't even do that half the time. Most of the time when you're watching anime that's adapted from a manga, the style is almost completely different. Well, I don't want to say almost completely different. It's just not one for one with the manga panels themselves. So it's like, this is just a silly statement to say. And if you read the Invincible comic, you would see yourself, like, even within the comic, the entire comic itself, the styles change throughout each chapter. Well, not each chapter, but throughout the entire series, the style changes. Like, in the beginning, the animation isn't, the art style isn't even that great. It's pretty basic, but that's okay because the story and the characters are good enough to, to make you want to keep reading. And then as you go on, yeah, it improves, but then the style also changes completely at one point in the comic. And it's like, I personally didn't like the change at one point. I was like, it's whatever. But I kept reading because I still love the story and the characters. And then again, towards the end, it changes and goes back to, one of the original styles. So it's just like within the comic itself, the art style isn't even consistent. So to ask that from the show is, I know, it's kind of crazy to me. Especially in my opinion. I think the animation in the show has been fine the entire time the show's been out. I think it's also improved a little bit in some areas, but for the most part, it's been fine. Like, I don't understand the complaints about Invincible. I really do not. Maybe because I'm just, easy to impress when it comes to animation, or I don't know, but I personally think Invincible looks fine. And I think some of these people complaining about it just have like some form of anime brain rot where they want everything just to be anime. And it's just like, come on, man. There's so many different forms of animation and art styles out there. Everything doesn't need to look like anime, nor should it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.